Or the text of the.
It's on the YouTube, but the WhatsApp, and I have it on my computer.
Is it in the
I don't
drive
have
at all?
access to my drive.
Okay.
I don't know, but if you can, you
I can
have
get it
access
done. I can get it done.
to the drive.
I have access to. I can get it done.
So
from here.
you go just to the Secretary General, then General GA folder, and there is it. There it is.
Oh, okay. So you.
Yeah.
But you said it wasn't in the drive. Is it? Is
No,
it in
it's
the?
on the drive. It's on the drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't get to your drive.
I can get to it. Or even maybe it's on the suggest. This is.
Okay. So shared
Maybe
drives.
it's on the yeah. Let's see. That's general. Secretary. Maybe it's on the year 2025 GA. And that's it, motion.
Got it.
There are so many Google codes for security that it's a nightmare.
All right, GA text. GA. The motion now is in there. IASA web. I want to read the Constitution. Do I? Well, I want to see if what I wanted to do as far as like putting out a ballot after follows the Constitution, or if I have to call a vote.
Nadia's on the Zoom.
She's on the Zoom.
Zoom.
The meeting ended after 40 minutes of idle time. Okay, so the meeting ended.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to stop. There we go.
Is she in the Kiani room?
That's right now. He's taking my shirt. You should do a selfie.
Is she in the Zoom? I don't see her in the Zoom.
She's saying that she's in a Zoom session for the GA. Everyone, the Zoom session for GA started. I'm here.
She needs to be in this room, not. Is this the GA room, or is this?
Yeah, it's this room. So.
Was there a new link for it? I don't see.
Did you send her a link for GA? Okay, then we should be fine. I think she just needs to make sure she's not. I can send it.
Maybe she's not. Yeah, she's not on the.
She's not in. You're the only one in this room, Trey. I don't know. You did it here.
Oh, I can give her the ID.
Yeah, give her the ID. Da.
Yeah, if you could close that and go to like invite people.
Oh,
Is that it?
over here on participants.
Don't want that. Share? No.
They're not in this meeting.
Invite. They're in the wrong room. We can. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna send it to them right now. Oh, there we go. I think it's from you. Yeah, and membership.
But that means that everyone else who's going to the GA link that they have is going to be in the wrong meeting.
Oh, so external folks from IASA are coming to the GA? That's not true, right? Or is it? Or is it going on to YouTube?
Virtual.
So they are joining virtually via Zoom. Well, we need to get in their room then, if that's the one that has been communicated.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, if they're in that room, we're not in that same room with them.
Okay.
So what link are they in? Okay. Okay. So don't, everything's set up now is good? Or do you want me to unmute the camera? Okay.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is there,
Let me.
so that's, yeah, that's a problem.
So, okay, what
Wait,
room?
no, Nadia just showed up,
Oh, good.
but that's, how many people are in that room? In the room that you're in there?
I don't think he's individual.
You're in the stream? Okay. So, but the thing is, we sent out a link for the GA, right? They're by WhatsApp. Okay, so when Nadia
Hi,
and Bronny said,
can you hear me?
yes, yes, we can. There you are. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
So,
Not as tired as you, Nadia.
so Bronny needs to
Sorry?
join.
Not, we are not as tired as you are.
Oh yeah, I just woke up. It's okay.
It's only 3:30 a.m. there.
Da, 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 da. What is the thing? Control find. I'll just do ballot.
Let's get seated and
So that what I'm wondering is, are so Bronny and Nadia joined a Zoom link, but that was labeled the GA link, but it's not the link that we're in. Where is the question? Nadia's now with us, and Bronny's now there. Okay, and other people have joined as well.
They could have joined a waiting room to get this.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so
are they in the waiting room?
Well, I'm just trying to make sense of why they were in a room together without.
Hello.
Like, so it was like, what link did they use?
okay. Hello, everyone. So, Rosie, we have everything ready to go over in this folder here. Do you have a slideshow, or are you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It's set up so it's presenter mode, right? So the presenter mode will be over here. So when you go to share, once you're in presenter mode, it's screen 2 is up here. Nadia and Bronwyn, just for a point of order, when slides are not being shown or being shared, the only thing that you guys will see, I think, is yourselves, but you'll still be able to hear everyone in the room. I think that's, I can stay up here the entire time. Okay, yeah, I'll drive again. I can do that.
Let's get this. We got a party.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Okay, yeah, I'll drive. That's fine, I'll drive.
I mean, mine, I literally did like last night or 2 nights ago. So it's really just.
I mean, I wrote, okay, so I need that. So Trey, we're gonna do what we did for the plenary. I'll just drive.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy to at the same time.
Okay. And it'll keep me awake.
Everyone who's here, thank you. You are diehard. coming to the GA assembly. We appreciate that.
No, we also need the agenda. Okay, I got that. We're good there. Got that. I might fumble a little bit with the transition, so.
It's a business meeting for all intents and purposes. It requires fun.
I gotcha. All right. Bright, are you satisfied? He's got a baby girl. Of course he's satisfied with life. He's got little Rugrats.
Yeah, 9 months already.
7? I thought it was his first.
Oh yeah, one 9-month-old still smiling. 2 months.
Okay.
No, yeah, 15 and 11. She just turned 11.
No way.
Yeah, 11.
Where did my coffee go? Did I finish my coffee? You moved it back there? You're a champ. All right.
Yeah, 6 minutes in.
Bright, you good? Are we good? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for coming. You're now at the General Assembly, the business meeting for the 2025 IASA conference. I'd like to call us to order by giving everyone greetings from Jorge Garcia from Valencia and Abdullah Akat from the Istanbul conference. They send warm wishes for a successful conference, as does Breck de Klerk of Fiat IFTA. I'd like to kick off the meeting by showing you the agenda for today and asking for the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve? I see a motion. Do I have a second? All those in favor? The agenda is approved. Pedro sent out the minutes to the meeting, the minutes from last year's meeting with the agenda assembly. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from last year's GA? Thank you, Judith. Do I have a second? Thank you. All those in favor of approving the minutes? Thank you so very much. So now that we've moved on, I get to do my fun part. So I'm going to go over here. Awesome. Okay. So, aloha. First, can everyone hear me? Aloha. First, thank you so much for being here, both in person and online. The fact that we are here is quite remarkable. I just wanted to take a moment and recognize that fact. There were many times that I did not think that this conference would happen. We had long and sometimes intense board discussions about what we should do. It didn't always feel so hopeful. The feedback from members was critical in our decision to move forward, and so regardless of all that is happening around the world that can be covered by the euphemism of unprecedented times, we should celebrate that we are here together, because together is how we made this decision. So thank you to my colleagues on the executive board for their care, their careful deliberations, and wide-ranging compassion and empathy. Yesterday's workshops were wonderful. This morning's welcome and keynote by DeSoto Brown and the rest of today's sessions were amazing. Tomorrow and Thursday look equally fantastic. Rosie, the VP for conferences, along with Miyuki, Janelle, and Valeria have put together a very thought-provoking, reflective, and inspiring 4 days. To the local planning committee and their recommendations and help navigating coming to Hawaii, and to David Roundtree, your dedication to making this a reality in the face of everything is incredible. Mahalo, mahalo. Back before Valencia, back right after Valencia ended, when we were settling on the Pacific region for 2025, Andy Martin and I were talking about the 25th anniversary of the Singapore resolutions and how to incorporate that to mark the anniversary. We wanted to pair with our CCAAA partners and revisit and rededicate ourselves to the positive outcomes that Archival Association collaboration have had and can have in the future. This morning, we were able to bring that idea to a reality. I think partnerships of this type are critical to the core ethical considerations of archival work. I'm thinking specifically of TCO3. The responsibility of an archive is to assess the needs of its current users and to anticipate the extent possible the needs of future users while balancing those needs against the condition of the archive and its contents. While it was always the intent of the IASA board to mark the 25th anniversary, as well as invite members of SAPAVA to join us in doing so, we knew that a joint conference due to GA schedules would make that difficult. But through more unprecedented times, we found ourselves in a situation where those preliminary collaboration conversations came back and we began work on what made this conference a joint one. My thanks to the IASA EB for their support in pursuing this opportunity and making it work on an expedited timeline. My thanks to Josh Harris for reaching back out, and to Josh, Senshai, Karen, and the SAPAVA Executive Council for working with us to make it happen. After a full opening day and a full day of workshops yesterday, I can't think of a better way to end today than the archival gems screening. I've been looking forward to this since Josh mentioned it on a Zoom call in June, so I'm very excited. Of course, there are so many others to thank for getting to this point. Our gold sponsors, Galileo Digital. Steve, thank you for returning and for being here. Our silver sponsors, the William S. Richardson School of Law and the Library and Information Science program, both from the university, demonstrate how much our presence, IASA and SAPAVA together, means to the archival community here in Hawaii and the Pacific region. And thank you to our supporters, Digital Bedrock, the Association for Hawaii Archivists, the National Recording Preservation Foundation, and NOAA. Without these financial and in-kind contributions, conferences like this just can't take place. As I look back on the last year and all the past that is prologue that got us here, I am very grateful, but I am also cautious and cautiously optimistic. We've known for a while that we can't save everything, but each day we try to preserve and provide access to as much as we can. We balance the needs of our collections, the wants and needs of our patrons, with the skill sets of our staffs, our resources, and infrastructure. It's here where the joint efforts of IASA, SAPAVA, CCAAA, and other organizations can join together to help. It's always been a race against time, but as long as we are able to pass the baton of preservation and conservation to the next generation, whether that's the idealized perfection of best practice or simply good practice, defined by dedicated people making the best decisions that they can for their collections, we're going to ultimately be okay. We can choose to borrow worry and fret about that which we won't be able to get done, or that which perhaps we could have preserved better, or we can choose to celebrate the daily accomplishments that we have achieved and believe in the positive impacts that we've made through the stories that we've given the chance to live on, and the people who we've worked with to build the next generation of archivists, preservationists, and scholars who will continue that work. I believe in the resiliency of people and institutions collecting, describing, preserving, and providing access to the stories and memories of our individual and collective experiences with the goal of making the world a better place for us all. Before I close my remarks, and as I noted in my first President's letter in 2024, time does move swiftly. And as the completion of this conference, we will be 2/3 complete with our term, which means in addition to planning the next conference, the next journal, and continued modernization of operations, we're going to be having an election. There are also many committees and sections who are or will be in need of officers. I invite anyone who is interested in learning about how you can serve IASA's mission, whether it be standing for the executive board or as a committee or section leader, to please reach out to any of us in the way that you feel most comfortable. We're also going to be putting up a blog post that will give details, recommendations, requirements for these things, so please do check out the website, and all of us are available to talk the rest of this week. So yes, it is remarkable that we're here, but it's not unexpected. This is what we do, and it's what we'll continue to do. Thank you. All right, back to the script. Who's next? Oh, I get to hand it off to Pedro. So Pedro, I'm going to bring up your slideshow. You don't have a slideshow? Okay. Yeah, just go ahead.
Good evening, dear colleagues, dear friends. It's not just a simple
Microphone.
matter of opportunity. Oh, sorry. It's not just a matter of opportunity or chance that we are gathered here at the University of Hawaii. The fact that this year's conference happens here is due to the magnificent welcome from the university, the local team, the organizing team, and above all, David's tireless commitment. Thank you so much to you all. IASA presence here is also due to the celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Singapore Declaration, and because this place echoes one of the cornerstone principles that defines IASA, the concern for audio and audiovisual heritage in dialogue with the world we live in. In an unsettling world full of challenges and worrying changes, building a strong, mobilized community based on fraternal cooperation among equals is more than ever needed. And that's a fundamental principle of IASA. This fraternal spirit is particularly visible in the annual conference and through the publication of the journal on an open access platform. But there are other less visible actions aimed to build, enlarge, and enrich our community. In order to help members wishing to take part of this important event, overcoming structural and contextual limitations they might be facing in their own countries, IASA established the Travel Grants Program. Every year, IASA seeks to financially support in-person participation of approximately 14 of its members through travel grants. This effort is made possible thanks to two fundamental pillars: UNESCO biennial support and associations' own financial resources. More than a programmed expense, grants are an investment in the future of our community and the future of IASA. But by the time of the last conference in Valencia, we did not yet knew how much UNESCO would support us with. But still we decided to support as much candidates as possible, a total of 24 grants investing almost 17,000 euros as reported. A couple of months later, after the conference, we were informed that UNESCO had awarded IASA with 13,000 euros. This year, conscious of IASA's smaller presence in the Pacific region and uncertain historical context full of obstacles, we knew how important the grants could be. For this year, we received 10 applications, one from South America, 2 from Africa, 2 from India, 2 from Europe, and 3 from North America. And we were able to support all the proponents, spending a total of 8,040 euros and 50 cents. Once again, unfortunately, for personal reasons, for bureaucratic reasons in obtaining visas, or because the candidates was unable to raise the necessary remaining funds, some of the recipients had to decline the grant. So, having that said, I would like to welcome Gustavo, Yang, Susan, Maya, Kelly, Sukanta, Jean-Baptiste, and Kylene, and wish we will be able to meet Shadow and Sutapa in the future. We are aware that these are difficult times for all institutions across the globe. We are aware that financial cuts no longer affect just institutions that have always been underfunded, but now affect institutions that we have always considered highly funded. Therefore, we affirm the crucial importance of continuing and ideally strengthening this grant program in the future. This is one of the tools we have to counteract financial cuts and institutional closure. Due to the financial constraints felt globally, research grants was also in greater demand. For the first time, we received multiple proposals, which required a long-needed revision on how this program functions in order to prepare it for an expected growing demand. Currently, we are working to ensure that these grants remain as versatile as possible, but the awarding process to be totally transparent. This is an important resource to support small projects in any topic related to our field. We want to complete the revision of the regulations as soon as possible, publicize them through our channels, and invite you all to follow up on that and considering applying to those grants. I would like to close my report thanking all the people involved making this conference a success and this venue so welcoming to us all. I would like to wish you a great and stimulating event. Thank you.
Nadia, for the treasurer's report, I have the treasurer's report up on the screen for you.
Okay, great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can share it here.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Shall
we
I
can hear
speak
you.
Louder? Okay, great. So hi to everyone from Switzerland in the middle of the night. So a few words about our financial balance. So there has been no major change since the last IASA General Assembly. As far as 2024 fiscal year is concerned, membership dues and conference registration fees remains our main source of income, and the conference was once again IASA largest expense. A new edition of the preservation training program was organized in 2024 and held in January in Johannesburg, South Africa. In 2024, we have what I call a false negative balance of almost 7,000 euros. Why false negative? Because actually there are three main reasons for this negative balance. Is that first one, last year we were more generous than usual with travel grants for the Valencia conference. The UNESCO support was received in 2025, but actually it relates to fiscal year 2024. And parts of the preservation training program costs were covered already in 2024, while actually from a fiscal point of view, it belongs to year 2025. As for year 2025 up to the end of August, so the budget was approved every year. We are also expecting some losses. The conference has received more registration that we were expecting, but actually we are expecting to have some losses because of the conference. So far, always to the end of August, we have a false positive balance. The reason is that so far we have only received the conference registration fees, but actually I have not yet begun paying the bills, the invoices for the conference. However, our financial situation is very healthy, and at the end of August we had the positive. We have a positive account of 258,000 euros. Thank you so much for your attention.
Up next, Bronwyn, I'm going to get your slideshow up here. If it'll let me. There we go. All right, Bronwyn, you're good to go. Just let me know when you want me to move the slide forward.
Okay. Thanks, Patrick, and kia ora and aloha from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Here is a karakia timatanga. Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa paunamu te moana. Hei huarahi mā tātou i te rangi nei, aroha atu, aroha mai, tātou i a tātou katoa. May peace be widespread. May the sea be like greenstone, a pathway for all of us this day. Let us show respect for each other, for one another, bind us all together. Tātou i a tātou katoa, this IASA Sipava 2025 conference is a perfect way to bind us together. A joining of forces in sound and audiovisual archiving, scholarship and creative practice. The theme of the conference, a loss of place, encourages us to respond to this loss, which in turn keeps us connected to our culture for the good of our local and global communities. A conference is a great opportunity for the membership of both organisations to come together in person and virtually, encouraging new members to join our whānau. It is a massive task organising a conference, and I thank Rosie and my friends on both executive boards as well as the local committee. I am sorry not to be there in person in such a wonderful place. I may be only attending virtually, but I've seen photos and happy smiling faces. I appreciate again the privilege of serving on the executive board with such dedicated board members guided by Patrick and Trey. Slide 2, please, Patrick. As you know from last year, the EB decided to adopt on your behalf a new member management system, Wild Apricot, and data was transferred from the old FileMaker Pro database, which is now an historical database. Wild Apricot is being used for new members, and the platform has also been used to do mass mail-outs for the conference. It has a facility for event management and could be used for registration for future conferences. It is a very flexible system, and we intend to make more use of it over the coming year while we phase out the remaining hybrid workflows and spreadsheets used for member management. The Wild Apricot website module will also be looked at post-conference. Thank you to Pedro, Nadia and Bright for keeping the current systems running. Next slide, please, Patrick. 80 applications were received from the 16th of September until the 9th of 24 until the 9th of September 25 through the IASA website application form, and renewals were received through the online shop. Applications are confirmed when an invoice has been paid and new members added to the database. We have done a database clean-up to only represent active members in the tally this year, unlike previous years where we included members whose subscriptions were overdue, pending payment. We took the opportunity of the move to Wild Apricot to do that so that we now have a better reflection of our membership for reporting. Better data means better decisions, such as how to increase our membership. Some members have also decided to benefit from the cost savings of taking a multi-year subscription over the maximum 3 years. Slide 4, please, Patrick. Why join IASA? The IASA website online application form has a section at the end where new members can add their reasons for joining IASA. This is very useful for us in planning future member activities. An analysis over the previous 2 years shows the following common themes and trends in membership motivation. Professional networking and community. Many members join to connect with international colleagues, expand their networks and collaborate on projects. Interest in building relationships across borders, often tied to career development. Access to knowledge and best practices. Strong demand for technical expertise, preservation methods and exposure to international standards. Members cite IASA as a trusted source for professional knowledge. Academic engagement and research. Students, honours, masters, PhD and early career professionals see IASA as vital for research, mentorship and professional growth. And established scholars also join to publish peer reviews and stay up to date. Conference participation. A large portion of members are motivated by IASA's annual conference, presenting, attending or networking, and many join directly after attending a conference. There's a hint there somewhere. Institutional development and legitimacy. Archives, universities, national libraries and cultural organisations join to strengthen their credibility and align with international standards. Membership supports advocacy, e.g. repatriation of archives, recognition of audiovisual collections. And preservation and digitisation priorities. A recurring theme is the desire to learn about long-term storage, digitisation and accessibility. Institutions from developing regions highlight urgent needs in safeguarding heritage. Slide 5, please, Patrick. Future plans. Tell us your ideas. This year, the EB discussed possible membership and communications initiatives for the coming year based on ideas from the VP for Membership and Andy's VP for Communications plans. It is clear from the analysis that members support the annual conference and like to hear about other members' work and have access to expertise in international best practices through the journal, thank you Jennifer, and other means. The plan is to have more in the way of trainings, tutorials, online events, panels or webinars to engage you, the members, and to increase our membership base. Please feel free to let your ideas be known by talking to an EB member at the conference or by writing to us. You are the membership and we as the EB represent you. Please encourage each other and enjoy the conference networking and sharing opportunities. Ngā mihi, mahalo.
Yeah, I'm just getting you loaded up. So up next is Rosie with the conference's report. I just want to pull up your slideshow.
So a report is a stretch, really. I want to say the VP of conferences, well, we are tired. And we're a little bit behind on these things because we start the day after the last conference for the next conference, and we continue working on the said conference till it ends. So forgive me for just really quickly putting a 3-slide report together. The president, Patrick, mentioned that this conference almost didn't happen. As we know, things happened, right? We were super excited to join Siapava and be in the Polynesian Triangle and focus our attention to the Pacific Rim, Southeast Asia. And we understood that the University of Hawaii Manoa is a prestigious institution, land, sea, atmosphere, R1 institution, and we wanted to remove any bias related to a conference in Hawaii with the academy around the world. So I'm so grateful that we were able to have this conference. As you know, We've had intense meetings, and thank you for everyone who came here. You are champions, and especially thank you for members who came here from regions that currently the U.S. is discouraging. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to thank, and we all have thanked, there are key players to conferences. This is our one event. This is the big one, right? So when you're a local host, there is one person that I work with every day, or like once a week for a year. Maybe, yeah, once a week, and that's David. Please, just give David a high five, a fist, a pump, a hug, whatever. Such a lovely human being. Such a perfect temperament for this conference. And rallying a committee for the program is people, that was hard. But I knew I wanted Miyuki to be the chair of the program. Thank you, Miyuki. And Janelle, thank you so much for all your work. Key player, instrumental you're probably working on the program now. Yeah, so please thank them also. And then Valeria, our new IASA coordinator. She will be uploading this to our YouTube. She's currently in Valencia, so thank you also. The game day people, the staff here, thank you. The local committee, Helen, but Robbie. If you haven't met Robbie, he's the one that's running around fixing every technical issue. Also, please give him a fist pump, a hug, whatever. He's amazing. And Sheldon works here as our technical connection to the IMIN Center. Thank you, Sheldon. And finally, of course, you all, the presenters and the attendees, and the executive board for coming and being a part of this conference. Next slide. So I'm just going to get into the summary of this conference. Okay, so the participation overview. Oh, to be honest, I'm blown away. This is not what I expected. I was hoping that we'd hit 100. We hit 187 registered attendees, virtually and in person. So we're representing 35 countries, which is, again, not what I expected. This is great. And we have 116 Anyway? We have 116 in person. I think that's ticked up. So beautiful. 65 online. And then I don't know what the NA is, but maybe somebody is in person or online. I'm not sure.
Rosie?
Yes.
Sorry, if you want, it means, people attending only parts of the conference, so I didn't count them. I didn't know how to count them, so I said not applicable. So just people just maybe attending the dinner or part of the conference.
Thank you.
Okay.
So maybe
You're
like
welcome.
single day attendees and maybe partners who came in for.
Yep.
Yep, got it. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you. By the way, thank you, Nadia and Bright. And Nadia keeps the books and makes sure that everything is like on track. We knew we were going to lose a little bit of money on this, and it was worth taking that risk. And the good news is that we are not going to lose as much as we thought. So thanks, Nadia, for keeping us on track. In terms of membership status, we have 83 IASA members attending. We have 81 non-members. Please join us. We need you. And we have 18 CIAPAVA members. Again, I imagine similarly like the NA is like partners or maybe What is the NA for the membership status, Nadia?
Just what you said.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You see the number, it's like the participation, so it's people that are not really in the conference.
Got it. Thanks. Okay, next slide, Patrick. So I just wanted to hype the new technology for this year's conference. One of the things, this is sort of general, but this board realized that we had sort of a technological deficit that we needed to overcome. And that's what the membership, that's what, Andrew, that's what Bright is working on, Pedro is working on. And of course, conferences also, we rely heavily on technology for a hybrid conference. And so this year, we went full on reliant on Sched for not only just the schedule, which I think traditionally that's how they use Sched. We use Sched for the call, for submission, for bringing in all the papers, for the peer review, for registration and tickets and communication. And I'll tell you what, that saved a lot of time and work. It also keeps all of the data, and so it's easy to spit out reports. We have a WhatsApp conference group to keep us, in communication. We have a YouTube live stream. This is new, so we're able to live stream to YouTube. And then we put everyone who is virtually presenting into one room with a conference camera, which is interactive. And yes, there's always going to be technical issues with a hybrid conference, but oh my gosh, I'm urging the board to buy a few of these for future conferences. It really does help. Okay, next slide. For the program, David and I, and this is something I've always I think we all come to IASA because of the location and also the scholarship and the practice. So included in the program, David and I wanted to not only bring professional visits into the program, but to allow for some type of cultural exchange. So you leave, Hawaii with a little mahalo in your heart, when you go back home. So we have the tea ceremony, we have the radio station. I'm going to both, so sorry if I took up space, but, and we also had a tarot route, but we didn't get enough people, so we had to actually remove that from the program. Just working the land, like traditional, and like you have to work in muddy, swampy waters, apparently. And I really actually wanted to do something like that on the program, and I hope it's a tradition that carries on for future conferences. I don't know. I think that's it. Let's see.
Key takeaways, one slide.
Oh, okay. Yeah. These key takeaways. Strong international engagement, of course, right? Hybrid is not going to go away, so we really have to lean into that, and we have to make sure our technology is equipped with that. It was important to get to not make a board level decision, and so we sent out a survey, and we really wanted to get a pulse on how you felt about having this conference here at this time, and hearing from you all really, really was important and made the decision for us. And yeah, the professional visits and cultural visits are well attended. I think they're all booked out, so great. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. All right, next up is Andy with communications. Do you have a PowerPoint or is it just a text? It's just a document. Okay.
Wait, shout out to SM, the Shure mic, SM58. Classic.
Also, Sheldon's back, so if we can give
Yeah.
applause to Sheldon.
Thank
up
you,
there.
Sheldon. Thank you.
And Erica and her crew in the back too as well with the live stream. All right, Andy, your report's up, so go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So here goes the 2025 IASA Communications Report. And nothing starts a good communications report with a couple of social media highlights. And it's only a couple, so don't worry. So looking at Facebook for the year, it was interesting. I thought that I'd bring this to everybody. The top post for Facebook, which had 4,400 views, was actually the announcement of last year's conference opening. So the day after it opened, everyone was really excited, and I thought that that was really kind of nice. And that reached a lot of people, not just people attending online or in person. For Instagram, the strongest engagement came from the 2024 World Day for Audiovisual Heritage post with the theme Your Window to the World, hosted on the CCAAA website. So the most interactive platforms for IASA social media were Facebook and Instagram. They continue to lead member and community engagement. We're also posting onto X and onto LinkedIn. And it's interesting with LinkedIn that the interest in LinkedIn is growing quite quickly. Clicks on posts, maybe not so much, but just to be a part of the group and the community is a growing thing, and that might be an indication of us. That's probably an indication of the platform as well, being a professional platform. So in terms of content, throughout the year, IASA Communications featured the IASA Awards, announcements and highlights, conference updates including sponsorship news, travel grant opportunities for members, and publication alerts, including the release of this year's journal only a few weeks ago. So launched this year was the 2025 Communications Strategy, which is new, and which sets objectives to strengthen engagement with members and the audiovisual archiving community, promote IASA activities, events and awards, share industry news, research and best practice. We're also interested in webinars as well, and we encourage member contributions by highlighting the benefits of membership. And one thing especially that we're looking at is a membership spotlight, which will be a new communications tool to feature members and their work on IASA social media. Spotlights will showcase projects, collections, research activities, or individuals working within the audiovisual and preservation archiving communities. So an IASA member spotlight survey will be shared with members in the coming months. So look out for that one, and please have a think about what you might be able to contribute, because we're looking to put together a library of stories that we can share throughout the next year. Doesn't need to be anything huge. It doesn't matter if it's something that's small. That the survey will help, I think, guide thinking in terms of what you might think might be appropriate and to be proud of sharing with throughout the IASA community. So we're expanding our communication channels. We're adopting more immediate and streamlined platforms. As Rosie mentioned, we're using Shed for conferences, for scheduling and for updates. We've got our WhatsApp channel now also for real-time connection. And Wild Apricot for member communications and email distribution. In terms of the team and collaboration, I've been working with Valeria, who's IASA's new coordinator, working on new strategies for communications. And our focus is for more regular and diverse communications across all channels, especially social media. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Editor's report. Next up is the editor's report. Jennifer and Maria, both Jennifer and Maria were unable to be here today, so I get to give this report once I get it up and running. Fantastic. Okay, so this year's, so I'm delivering this year's report on behalf of the editors, Jennifer Vaughn and Maria Domnich, who unfortunately could not attend this year. They both wish all conference participants a productive and successful conference this year and hope that everyone enjoys Hawaii. Issue 55 of the journal was published on August 23rd, 2025. It features 6 articles, 1 tribute, 1 editorial, and 1 president's letter. Authors featured in this issue are based in the United Kingdom, Germany, South Africa, the United States, Norway, France, and Azerbaijan. The issue is freely available on the journal website, journal.iasa-web.org. Production of issue 56 is currently underway, with 1 submission received and 2 others expected. We are actively seeking new submissions for this issue, including scholarly articles, book reviews, and more casual essays. There is no submission deadline at this time or expected publication date for issue 56. The IASA Journal uses the Open Journal Systems platform to manage workflows from submission to publication. OJS provides statistics on articles accessed directly from the website. This graph represents PDFs of articles accessed on the site between August of 2024 and August of 2025. The monthly average is just over 800. The monthly average is just under 800 articles accessed per month from across the 11 issues on the site. Older issues are archived on IASA's main website. In the full editor's report, a DOI resolution report is included, representing resolutions of DOI journal website, DOI references outside of the journal website. For reference, 356 DOIs were resolved in August of 2025. DOIs are provided by Crossref, for which IASA pays an annual subscription fee. To ensure diverse and clearly articulated viewpoints in each issue of the journal, the IASA Journal solicits input and guidance from an editorial board consisting of the current IASA Journal editors, the president, as well as invited group of IASA members represented from regions across the world. Longtime North America representative Lindsay Maddock departed the board last year. We thank Dr. Maddock for her significant contributions, including work to establish the board and to transform the journal to an open access online-only model. We welcomed Jesse Johnson in September 2024 as a new North American representative. Thank you, Jesse. In addition to the new style guide and ongoing investigation into journal indexers, we've discussed reviving calls for submissions, creating a survey for IASA members about the journal, increasing outreach, and recruiting more geographically diverse submissions. Please email the editors if you are interested in joining the editorial board. Editorial board terms are on a volunteer basis. Terms are 3 years in duration, and members provide feedback on past issues and work to improve the quality, reach, and profile of the IASA Journal. Thanks to all members of the editorial board for their oversight, expertise, and guidance. Please email Jennifer Vaughn or Maria Domnich with article ideas, proposals, or for special issues, feedback, and any other questions. The IASA Journal is also always looking for peer reviewers. The editors remind you, as always, that conference presentations may be transformed into article submissions. Thank you so very much. And that ends the editor's report, which brings us to Bright with the web manager's report.
Thank you. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Yes, so I'm the web manager for IASA, and mine is a very short report because I think most of the things have been relayed by my colleagues already. So as a website manager, I have a number of tasks that I do. And for the past year, I've done routine work, which included continual maintenance, management of member accounts, troubleshooting and resolving requests, and website security. Also, I've been involved in development and management of the conference websites. As you have heard that we are in the course of migrating from our old way of managing websites. We are trying to be, we're trying to move with the new trend. Gen Z is active now, so we want to be with that trend as well. We want to be able to attract new members into IASA. Also, I've been in charge of managing conference virtual attendance, as well as coordinating migration of the IASA main website to Word Apricot and membership management to SCAD. Sites overview. So at the moment, IASA runs 4 sites. The first one is the main website, which is a large platform with member accounts, thousands of images and audiovisual files. The second one is the Wild Apricot site, which we have used for hosting the annual conference details and membership management. Thirdly, we have the IASA shop, which is used for publication sales, donations, conference registrations, and payments via different methods. And lastly, it's SCAD, which is for conference programming, abstract submission, registration, and payments. So just to cement that, as the board, we have agreed on migrating from Drupal CMS, which we currently use in our current websites, to Word Apricot, which is an all-in-one software solution designed specifically for managing memberships and websites for associations, clubs, and nonprofits. So for conference programming and management, we are going to be using SCAD, a web platform designed for events management. And just to say that for publications and all payments, in the near future, we are going to be using Wild Apricot for all that. So in conclusion, we have noticed that there's continued growth in user engagement as evidenced by over 83,000 website visits over the past year. We continue to focus on maintaining security, expanding features, and ensuring smooth migration to the new platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Bright. Up next is Trey Burney with the CC AAA report.
Okay. So currently, as you all know, and you saw this morning, if you attended the plenary, that the Coordinating Council of Audiovisual Archives Association has been in place for several years. IASA is one sibling member of this organization. And currently the representation from IASA to CC AAA is myself and Patrick, so the past president and the president serve, and then of course that will evolve as we move forward with the new board eventually. So update us to the work over the past year. Basically, it could be summarized by the notes from the 2 meetings that were held, one in spring and one in summer. Organizational matters, one of the most significant things that is happening right now is CC AAA is in the process of registering as a Belgian International Association. So that's an AISBL, which is essentially a legal structure within Belgium that is a not-for-profit or non-profit organization. This is seen as an important milestone to the board in strengthening our structure and ensuring compliance with legal and financial frameworks within the European Union, and then specifically within Belgium, trying to find a country that has a structure. There are a few countries in the Union that do not have what the equivalent of a non-profit organization or legal status as an LLC, as an incorporated body. So it's been a little tricky, but we're gaining ground now. They are now adapting the paperwork which will bring more formality to board operations, including defined officer roles, formal minutes, and then 2 distinct bodies, one a board of directors, and then a general assembly. Draft statutes are expected to be out for the board to review soon, with legal consultation and registration costs in the range of 2,500 to 3,000 euro for this process. The next World Day for Audiovisual Heritage. Let me see here. Move my notes. Yeah, special year. It marks the 20th anniversary of World Day for Audiovisual Heritage. Mia is leading the design of this year's poster, which they've been doing for some years now. And final designs are being circulated for member feedback within the board. UNESCO has expressed strong interest in collaborating on the anniversary celebrations. Plans are underway for an event in Paris that would combine screenings and presentations from member institutions, along with UNESCO's own digitization initiatives. This will be an opportunity not only to showcase the collections, but also reflect on the importance of World Day 2 decades in. In addition, CCAAA submitted a proposal for the ICA Congress in Barcelona in October, which, if accepted, I guess we should hear soon, or maybe we have and I need to read my email, will extend our outreach to new audiences and strengthen collaboration within the archival community. Finances. The expenditures remain modest thanks to cost sharing and support from partner institutions, and I feel like the board had been circling on how to use the resources we've got and how to put those to work, which is a good champagne problem to have, a good problem to have. So along with the cost that I mentioned for incorporation in Belgium, we're paying for some of it is going to go toward the keynote at the 2026 Joint Technical Symposium, or as it's known, JTS. At present, CCAAA holds a healthy balance of approximately 66,000 euro and anticipate new costs in the coming years, which include website redevelopment and potential cloud storage solutions. Let's see here. As was mentioned this morning by Karen Chan from CIAPAVA, the next JTS will be hosted by the National Film and Sound Archive of Australia on March 3rd and 4th of 2026. Planning is already well underway with an official announcement expected shortly, which the website has gone live. I don't know how that gets proliferated through channels, but we should push that through to the IASA community. Be a good time to do it this week. I know that one of the planning committee members is in the room. I think Yuri Shimoda is going to be working on forming JTS along with Lou Burkhart, Laura Rooney, and I believe the local host, right?
Rebecca Coronel from NFSA.
Great. Let's see here. There's also discussion on how to best balance in-person and hybrid components, as we all know is a beast in some cases, which will likely focus on streaming keynote sessions and select panels. Beyond JTS, a few other initiatives. One thing to note as I was running up to this and writing the report was the plenary session this morning, which highlighted sort of the origins of CCAAA and 25 years after a former joint conference between IASA and CIAPAVA that we talked about this morning, which was fantastic. IASA and Fiat IFTA have still been working on, have been discussing for some time, as I briefly mentioned this morning also, a potential second effort building on the success and information gathered from the Magnetic Tape Alert project. We're looking at, we have a proposal from the previous IASA board that we are still pushing around in different areas to different communities. So if you're interested in talking about possibly contributing to a second initiative that may go beyond a survey into more sort of action item related things that we could do in regions around the world, please let us know. Welcome those ideas. CCAAA has been invited to join the TAROC Coalition, which is it's an acronym, TAROCH, which is an initiative led by Creative Commons and Centrum Cifro, I believe is how it's pronounced, advocating for open access of out-of-copyright cultural heritage materials. Members saw clear value in adding our audiovisual perspective to this work, and discussions are ongoing as to the best form of engagement with that initiative. We received a number of important member updates, which include IFLA finalizing its updated policy on audiovisual materials, preparing a translation of recent authority data publication, and continuing its work on accessibility metadata. FIAF held its Congress in Montreal earlier this year, where it adopted a revised code of ethics and launched a film atlas project, which will run through 2032. Fiat IFTA is preparing for its World Conference in Rome this October. They're running up to their conference now, while CIAPAVA is working to sustain regional engagement despite some struggles within the Pacific communities regarding funding specifically. MIA reported strong programming despite grant challenges, including a successful digital asset symposium recently at Museum of Modern Art in New York City. I was able to attend that. New webinar initiatives and forthcoming events on copyright and AI guidelines are on the horizon from AMIA. ARSC elected a new board with Curtis Peebles set to succeed Yuri Shimoda as president in 2026. And then finally, online presence. The board revisited the questioning of updating CCAA's website. Lou Burkhart's done a fair amount of work on that already. Some see the current structure as adequate. There's agreement that more frequent updates and a clear identity are needed. And then looking ahead, finally, the next meeting is expected to coincide with World Day's anniversary events in Paris. That has been set officially on October 23rd and 24th in Paris, held at UNESCO headquarters. And yeah, to celebrate World Day and continue CCAA's continued leadership and collaboration among all of our organizations. So that's all I've got.
Thank you, Trey. So this year, we'd like to make a special announcement for this year's IASA Award of Recognition and the chosen recipient, Will Prentice. We reached out to Pio Pellizzari to write a tribute to Will that we could read at the GA. I also don't know if Will knows this, so I hope he's watching somewhere and is just like freaking out. That'd be great. This is from Pio. Will is someone who always comes across as very modest, which sometimes makes his greatest achievements for IASA, and in particular the TC and T&E committees, seem inconspicuous. However, with his calm manner, Will has done an enormous amount for us. First, as a member of the TC, where he contributed to several of the publications, most notably TC03, 4th edition 2017, co-edited by Will Prentice and Lars Gustad, as well as TC04, which he has since become an internationally recognized Bible for technicians and for the preservation of audiovisual cultural heritage. Then, first as vice chair and later as chair of the T&E committee, where he led the committee with his calm but determined and clear manner, sharing his expertise as a technician and his experience as a trainer with everyone. A particular achievement in his work on the IASA Training Support Task Force to optimize the IASA's training and continuing education offerings, especially with regard to improving the sustainability of these training courses. This was a problem that the T&E had been discussing for a long time, as the many training courses offered often had little long-term effect. On the basis of this work, the T&E was able to develop a new training program, which has been very successful over the last 5 years and is showing initial results in terms of sustainability. The successes achieved in one of IASA's most important tasks, namely training and further education, are largely thanks to Will. Congratulations, Will. So on behalf of the executive board and all of us, Will Prentice is great. We're really excited for this, so congratulations, Will. When we sent out the announcement of the General Assembly, we also sent out a motion following the Constitution on the increase in membership fees. Given the distribution of people who are here and online and following the Constitution, what I'd like to do is open this up for discussion, and then following the conference, we are going to put out a ballot through the way we normally put out a ballot. It'll be open for a month, and that's how we're going to collect votes to see if this passes. The language of the motion is, of all of the responsibilities of the executive board, the stewardship of its budget is one of the most important. The topic of increasing membership fees has been a reoccurring theme of several boards, and this board has determined that we must begin a process of increasing membership fees. We have seen cost increases across the board for quite a while, but we have not had fee increases for quite some time. For this reason, the Executive Board proposes for vote by the General Assembly of the following membership fee structure, and it is outlined here. The above represents a modest increase across the board, which has allowed us to maintain the multi-year discount rates and to begin to offset rising administrative overhead associated with website migration and maintenance, journal publication on an open access platform, and support of committees and sections. We are also proposing the elimination of supporting member as a category, as this reflects that this category has not been used for several years. At this time, I'd like to open the floor for discussion from those of us here. It's also fine if there is no discussion. Seeing no discussion, please do look for this to be sent out along with the ballot so that you can vote on this increase or this proposal. Back to the agenda. That brings us to any other business. At this time, is there any other business that a member of the General Assembly would like to bring before the board for discussion? All right, seeing no hands, or are there, and seeing nothing coming through from Nadia or Bronwyn, I think I will ask if there is a motion to adjourn the General Assembly for 2025. I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? I was really looking forward to archival screening night, and it looks like we're going to make it on time. So thank you all for attending. Thank you to the Executive Board for being here. Sheldon, Erica, Robbie, everyone, David, everyone who's helped us. This has been fantastic. Let's have some fun tonight.